If I asked you what the first FPS game was, what would you say? Many people with a basic knowledge of the genre might say Doom, and while it technically isn't the first FPS game, its technology would grow to the genre to something truly widespread. If you thought Wolfenstein was big at the time, let me tell you this, Doom was installed on more computers than Windows 95, the operating system. I won't be playing Doom on the Unity port because I know all the purists will come after me if I don't use a source port that stays classic to the original DOS version. So instead I'm going to be using a port called DSDA Doom, which is a fork of PR Boom Plus. It allows me to play in widescreen and not have the game look like something on the Atari Jaguar. I'll be playing on the ultraviolence difficulty because I actually play this game and it's way easier than Wolfenstein. There's a lot more enemies that use projectiles in this game and they're not just bosses. They also use melee attacks, and some of them even fly. The monsters are comboed with the amazing level design that just can't be matched. Secrets aren't impossible to find now, since they can just be hinted at with subtle design choices, like a misaligned texture in a wall, or even just an area of the level that's out of the way. This game is amazing, and I just want to get to playing it already. The moment you load into the first level, you can see how much the engine has improved. It shows off the verticality of it, outdoor areas, and even enemies that can shoot you on the Y-axis. This level was one of the last levels to be made, and I think that was a very good choice. This level is so classic, known by most people who played video games, and the music. Oh, that music. This game has an amazing soundtrack that's even more known than the game itself. Talk to anyone who's watched a YouTube video, and they'll probably know what At Doom's Gate is. The pistol is absolutely useless, but if you're playing on ultraviolence and there's a bunch of shotgunners in the first room, which you can just take the shotgun from them. Oh yeah, the enemies. This level has two different hit scan enemies, the zombie men who carry pistols, and the shotgunners who carry a shotgun. You also see the imps who throw fireballs and scratch you if you get too close. Map 2 is a secret that gives you the chain gun early. Yeah, the secrets in this game are more rewarding, giving you tons of health, ammo, and weapons before you're meant to get them. There's also an obscure secret wall that you have to shoot to open. It gives you the chainsaw, which is nice, but you're not going to see it much. Map 3 introduces you to the Pinkies. They're the tanks of Episode 1, taking 3 shotgun shells to put down, and their invisible counterpart, the Spectres, are nearly impossible to see, especially in dark areas. Or it just might be that I'm blind, who knows. The secret with a rocket launcher also gives you access to the secret level. 1 second, didn't get this yellow key for nothing. The secret level has a bit of a basic design. It's still a fun level. You can actually make this jump to the exit. I just suck at this game and have to take the normal way. Map 4 is the first maze of the game, and I swear, no matter how many times I play it, this is always the one maze that I struggle on. This is also the point where the game gives you tons of rockets, making the latter half of Episode 1 a cakewalk. This thing with the Pinky in Map 5, where it gets stuck after going up the elevator, is actually a glitch. It's pretty cool. I use this secret to skip the dark maze that I don't like going through. I mean, I still kill everything in it, I just don't like going through it. Map 6 is my least favorite level of the Episode 1. It's not bad, it's just a bit tedious to go through. I can skip another maze with the secret, which is nice because Wolfenstein wore me out of mazes. This room with all the monsters will cripple any first-time player, and I may or may not have blown myself up in it. Whenever I think of Episode 1, Map 7 is always one of the first ones that I think of. It has all the great virtues of Episode 1. It's challenging, it has good secrets, and after you beat it, you're rewarded with the boss level. You go through a couple of Pinkies, go up the lift, and you'll meet the Bruder Brothers. Nowhere says that they're called that, but it called them that, and it distinguishes these barons from the ones that you'll see in Episodes 2 and 3. This arena has a lot of Spectres on ultraviolence, but it doesn't matter. I kill them, the walls open, and I win. And when you get through the teleporter, you just die and the episode ends. This end text is basically an ad for the other 2 episodes, because the first episode was uploaded by id for free to entice people to buy the whole thing. And now that we're about to go into Episode 2, I feel like I need to talk about Sandy Petersen. So in Wolfenstein, Tom Hall made most of the levels, and it was planned that he would make Episodes 2 and 3 for Doom, while John Romero made Episode 1. Well, Tom Hall had many creative differences from everyone in id. His plan was written in the Doom Bible made by him, and if you look at it, you'll see he wanted Doom to be much different. Because of all these differences in opinions, John Carmack and Romero fired him, and 10 weeks before the game came out, they hired Sandy Petersen to work on the episodes Hall was supposed to make. Because of this, most of Sandy's levels were already started by Tom Hall. His skills weren't fully utilized in this game. These levels are still good, but the way he uses the engine in Doom 2 is just so much better. I mention this because his levels aren't as good as the ones that John Romero made. Not that these levels are bad, the others are just better. So in episode 1 you were on the Phobos UAC base, but now you're in the infested Deimos moon base. Episode 2 is the mix of the tech base feeling from episode 1 and a sort of hellish aesthetic that you'll see in episode 3. Map 1 you meet the Cacodemon, a flying meatball that fires what I think are electric balls. They're pretty beefy, having double the health of the Pinky. It also technically has no melee attack, but if you get too close it'll bite you, though you shouldn't see it if you're playing right. This also is the first plasma rifle, a fast-firing projectile weapon that does a lot of damage. I typically use it on heavy demons, like Cacodemons and Barons. Most of the levels in this episode have a plasma rifle. I ran out of ammo at the end of the level, so at the start of map 2 I had rushed to get the shotgun. You also have a Berserk pack at the start. What's a Berserk pack? It's basically a health pack that brings you to 100 HP and multiplies your punching damage by 10. You can one-shot Pinkies and Imps by punching with it. Most of my time spent on this level is just me looking through secrets. And in these secrets, you'll find the Lost Souls, the worst enemy in Doom. They fly around and bite you and are annoyingly small. The best way to deal with them is a plasma rifle or chain gun. I'll use a shotgun if there's a few of them, but it takes 2 shells to kill them. Map 3 is normal. Take the Berserk pack and punch out a meatball. Walk into this room and... Wait, is that the boss from last episode? This is the Baron of Hell. A tough demon that can tank rockets and plasma like it's nothing. It showed up as the boss in episode 1, and is now a new normal enemy that you'll encounter a bit during the game. He may sound intimidating, but don't worry, Sandy Peterson put this texture before every Baron encounter so that you can prepare to fight it. You'll notice that I skipped this invisibility power up on map 4, and that's for good reason. When an enemy shoots projectile at you, you'd want to get out of the way, but the invisibility makes it so that projectiles can be fired to the side of you, so that when the enemies shoot you, you dodge right into their attack. This last room used to be much harder than me. Plasma rifle go brrr. Map 5 has the easiest secret level to find. Flick the switch and go up the stairs. The secret level starts you off surrounded by Barons, and...
Hey, you're doing it wrong.
What?
You're doing it wrong.
Fine. So what Sandy Peterson intends players to do is make the Barons infight the Cacodemons. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, demons can fight other types of demons if they get hit. This is a great way to escape large waves of monsters, especially if you have low ammo. But anyway, make them infight and take the most anticlimactic exit in the entire game. What's the point of all these keys, and why did the demons conveniently put them in this one closet? Map 6 was the first level that Sandy Peterson made on his own, and it's fine. This maze in the dark is kind of annoying, but there are light goggles that you can pick up. The fake exit is kind of easy, just spam the plasma rifle. Map 7 looks like something from episode 1. Now that I think about it, it's very similar to the episode 1's penultimate map. This map does introduce the invincibility power-up, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can't take any damage while your screen is white. And now, welcome to the Tower of Babel. If you were paying attention to the map in between levels, you'll actually see that it was being built as John Doom was going through Deimos. I'm not sure if this is true, but this might be a reference to the myth of the Tower of Babel. You meet the Cyber Demon in this level, a tanky, rocket-spewing, half-robot, half-demon. You can kill him easily by saving a plasma rifle and using that, or you can do what I did in Rocket Duel, which is more fun in my opinion. Though, if you're struggling with him, pro tip, to defeat the Cyber Demon, shoot at it until it dies. Thanks, Andrew Stein. After you kill the Cyber Demon, you go to the edge of the moon to see that Deimos floats above hell itself. So you rappel down somehow, and you go to the Inferno. Most of the levels in episode 3 were made solely by Sandy Peterson, and it's definitely the most unique episode. Map 1 starts off with a couple of imps. Open this door and you're already getting Cacodemons thrown at you. Yep, before you even get the shotgun. I run low on ammo at the end, but I'll make it. Oh, it's Slough of Despair. So map 2 is kinda rubbish. Its niche is that it's shaped like a hand, but that doesn't help the fact that it has way too many lost souls. This part that's supposed to be the end is very anticlimactic. Map 3 is much better. It contains my favorite track of the game. It's called Into the Code. It also has the BFG 9000, or the Bioforce gun. I'll let The Rock explain.
Big fucking gun. One round.
I honestly don't use it that much. Most of the time I'd rather use the plasma rifle because, yeah, the BFG uses 40 cells per shot, so it's pretty expensive to use. Map 4 is good, definitely a challenge for newer players. It uses the limited variety of enemies in Doom 1 really well. The end kind of ruins this level for me though, just a bunch of doors that open with switches that aren't clear what they do, and then this damaging floor with a Baron. Map 5 is just meh. The only thing that makes it stand out is this room with all the teleporters. 3 of them take you to the middle of this room, and one of them takes you to a room with a bunch of pin keys, and you'll go through these hallways. There's only one part that's actually fun, and it's this one room where all the guys teleport in. Map 6 is a very open level. The secret exit is early in the level. Go through this room with all these hit scanners, open the secret door to the teleport to this platform, and what you're supposed to do is use a rocket to propel yourself to the exit, but you can just strafe run to the exit. The secret level is the first level until you get to the end, and is that another cyber demon? Just use the BFG and take the invincibility through the level and rocket everything in sight. Map 7 is one of the worst penultimate levels ever. It's a large maze where you get keys to unlock a teleporter puzzle. It's not fun. There's only 38 monsters in the entire level. Where's the action in my action game? And the level that came straight out of hell takes you to the capital of hell, Dis. I think that's how it's pronounced. Map 8 holds the Spider Mastermind. Now this is what I saved my cell ammo for. So after you kill the spider demon, a portal opens to Earth, you go through it, and surely nothing else could have gone through it. Doom is an amazing game, and I think that anyone who's played an FPS game should play it. Its engine does have many limitations that would be improved on in Quake, but other than that, I really don't have much else to say about the game. It's good. Go play it.